Hello and welcome to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Today we're flying Transatlantic with Air France, traveling in economy from here to Paris Charles De Gaulle on a 787 Dreamliner. Our journey begins here in Atlanta's International Terminal and Concourse F. While the terminal is the smallest of the 7 here at ATL, there's still plenty of shops, restaurants, and comfortable chairs for passengers to relax in. We'll be departing from gate F5 for our flight to Paris. Our aircraft is waiting at the gate when we arrive, one of Air France's Boeing 787-9s. Foxtrot-Hotel Romeo Bravo Echo will take us across the Atlantic today, the Dreamliner entering service with Air France in November of 2017. As the rain comes down out of the gray Atlanta sky, boarding begins for our flight to Europe. Scanning our ticket, we head down the jetway and on to our Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Air France's 787s are operated with 3 cabins: business class in a 121, premium economy in a 232, and standard economy in a 333. We'll be seated in economy class seat 39K, a window seat toward the rear of the aircraft. Laid out on each seat in economy are a couple things to help make the journey more enjoyable. Each economy passenger gets a headset, hand towel, pillow, and blanket. Boarding is incredibly efficient today, even for a full flight, and before we know it, we're taxiing out to runway 9 left. We line up on the runway, our engines spool up, and away we go. We climb out and away from Atlanta, the wings of our 787 flexing upwards as we ascend through the clouds. Time for a look at our economy seat on Air France. Although the cabin in economy is massive, seat pitch is pretty much standard, with only 31 inches from seatback to seatback. This would be fine for most passengers, but my 6'3" frame barely fits, with just an inch or so of extra space for our 8-hour flight. Personal bags slide neatly away beneath the seat in front, the safety information card and sick bag tucked inside the seatback pocket. Each economy tray table includes a flip-down cup holder on the back of the main table, a feature I wish more airlines would include. Taking up the other half of the seatback is the 16-inch HD entertainment display. Each display has a matte finish, which helps reduce screen glare, beneath which is a headphone jack and USB port. For other charging needs, regular outlets are located between the next row of seats. Above each seat are reading lights, controlled via the entertainment screen, though no air gaspers are found anywhere throughout the plane. Comfort is a must for long-distance flights, and although the seats do recline up to 119 degrees, the lack of legroom makes it hard to get and stay comfortable on board. I also found that the seat bottoms become quite uncomfortable after hour 4, not ideal when there's still another 4 hours to go. One of my favorite parts about flying on a 787 are the massive windows. At 175.7 square inches, the 787 windows are the largest on any aircraft to date. As we cruise among the clouds, the wings of our 787 flex and flap through the air, absorbing the turbulence of the sky. Instead of a traditional window shade, 787 windows tint. Each can be adjusted depending on how much light each passenger wants to let in, while still allowing you to look outside. The tinting is unfortunately very slow, and in this case, disabled altogether. All 787s include a crew override for the windows, which sees all of the windows in the locked open position for the first part of our flight. The first of our 2 meals on our flight is dinner, served about an hour after takeoff. Our main course is a chicken and rice dish served with a cucumber salad, roll, cheese, and a slice of vanilla cake for dessert. The main course is unfortunately quite bland, with little flavor from the chicken or rice. The cucumber salad is cool and refreshing, and as is the case with many economy meals, the cake is delicious and the real saving grace of this meal. With dinner is our choice of drink, which includes wine and champagne, of which I chose the latter. We reach the northeastern coast of the United States as we dine, our flight approaching the North Atlantic tracks where we'll transit the ocean. The cabin crew comes by to pick up the dishware from dinner before dimming the windows for the overnight ride to Paris. This means we won't be able to see much outside for the remainder of the flight, though that's not much of an issue as sunset is fast approaching. Before we try to get some rest, or at the very least settle into a movie, let's take a quick peek at the bathrooms on board. Now, I did try to film this myself, however I was ushered back to my seat by a crew member as we were about to hit some rough air. All things considered, we're really not missing out on much. The bathrooms are about what you'd expect for a long-haul aircraft, with a touch control sink and standard toilet. While it's not much to look at, it's still nice knowing what amenities are on board. Returning to our seat, it's time to pull down the eye mask and try to get some shut-eye before we arrive in Paris. The cabin lights rise as the crew begin to stir at the back of the aircraft. Before our very early arrival in France, we're served a light breakfast. Included in our breakfast bag is a selection of a fruit cup, roll, yogurt bottle, and a cup of orange juice. The main course for this breakfast is the classic cheese and rosemary pizza twist, which at this point I am quite tired of. Sure, it's okay, but it's super greasy and not really what I want to start my day. Breakfast concludes right as our 787 begins to descend into Paris, our wings cutting through the clouds as the lights on the ground below grow ever nearer. The landing gear deploy, and our captain takes us down for a smooth landing onto runway 9 left. It's a quick taxi around to our gate where we'll bring today's video to a close. Next week, we'll be back in South Korea for a first-class ride on Korail's brand new KTX Cheongryong high-speed train as we ride from Dongdaegu to Busan. If you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below. It's totally free and it really helps support the channel. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my patrons and members. Y'all are amazing and your incredible generosity is always greatly appreciated. If you too want your name in the video or just want to support the channel in more ways than one, then head on over to the links in the description below. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for flying with me, and I'll see you in the next one.